Good morning, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. So, I thought what I'd talk about in this first video today is lie detector tests. Because look, we know that Don and Candus did lie detector tests. And some people are out there and they're thinking, look, if this family did do anything, then how did they pass lie detector tests? So look, this is what we know about lie detector tests. For a start off, they're not brilliantly accurate. In a lot of cases, we kind of choose to, I suppose, utilise the result that we want if it benefits our narrative. But the reality is they're not the most accurate source to say whether someone's done something or not. And in fact, we've known many cases where people in the past who have been guilty have passed a test and vice versa. But look, when it comes to Don and Candus, what we have to kind of imagine is this. We're talking about people who could have potentially been involved in the harm or trafficking of their child. So you've got to think, what questions could they have been asked that would have given a response to have been picked up by the lie detector test? What I mean by that is, look, a lie detector test, a lot of it, the way it works, is dependent upon the reaction of the person asked the question. So you get asked a question, and if the heart rate or pulse rate rises, then that kind of goes hand in hand with a lie, so to speak, because you've been caught on a lie and your body responds, these little telltale signs. But look, what if you anticipated the questions? What if you knew what was going to be asked? What if the questions that were asked weren't necessarily a question that was going to give you a fight or flight response? If you had been asked a question like, do you know where Summer is? Well, what if they didn't know where she was? What if someone had indeed taken her? Then they wouldn't know, would they? They're answering honestly. Did you hurt Summer directly? Did you do something to Summer? No, I didn't. Because again, they might not have. It might have been a third party who did something. Do you know the person who hurt Summer? They might not have known the person who hurt Summer. It might have been an arrangement with somebody else. But there's lots of questions that could have been asked that may not have given a response to say, look, they have failed. We know Dom passed his test, but we also know that there was a delay in Candus's test. Potentially she took more than one. She perhaps failed the first one and then had a retake. I've heard it. I can't claim that that is completely accurate, but we do know there was a delay. And what we've been told, that there was potentially a second test done, and we know there was a delay. It does kind of go hand in hand. We know that Candus had claimed to be under a lot of stress. She weren't sleeping. Potentially she was under the influence of drugs, however, and that would have delayed because they'd have wanted her to have been clean from substances before they did the test. So look, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but look, yeah, the lie detector tests aren't going to tell us a lot in this case, unless they really did do something directly, which I don't think they did. I don't think this was a case of Candus lashing out and hitting Summer and Summer being hurt in that manner. And again, I don't think that of Don as well. This could even more point towards a trafficking scenario, because a lot of what we know about trafficking is done through strangers. It's these arrangements, it's these, why did Don go to the shed? Was that a pick up and drop off point? And was Summer supposed to be in there? Was she put in there? Was she hidden in there for some reason? We don't know, and I'm going to come back to that in another video. But yeah, for those of you who are kind of thinking about the lie detector tests, yeah, they're not going to tell you a great deal about this case, because I just don't see how a lot of what they could have been asked could have at that stage pointed to any form of guilt, because I don't think they'd have been asked the right questions, apart from if they'd have had direct connection to what happened or know of the person who had a direct connection to it. And I think at that stage, going back 8 months ago and removing everything that we've learned since, yeah, I don't think at that point there'd have been enough information to have asked anything that we probably would ask now. Let me know what you think.